Our next guest company is a leader in the automotive, consumer electronics, and biometric segments. You've heard us talk about many of their brands over the years, including one that they just recently acquired for many years here on Into Tomorrow. The president and CEO of Voxx International Corp is Pat Lavelle. Pat, welcome back into Tomorrow. It's been a while. Great to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Great. It's great to see you, Dave. And yes, it has been a while.
Yeah.
I think the last time was probably in Germany.
I believe so.
The last time we did an interview.
That's true. It was at IFA in Berlin. And before that, we met up at CES Asia in China. So
That's right.
Remember the good old days when we could
travel?
Pretty much
all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's hope we're back to the good old days of travel again soon, because we need to connect more than just virtually. But this virtual CES was very successful in many ways. You being on the board of the Consumer Technology Association for many years, I'm sure you've got some good input as to how it can be even better next time, which hopefully will be in person, but still have a successful virtual element.
Sure. I mean, when we look at what's gone on, on the digital side here, first time for CTA to put an event like this on, obviously you're going to have things that work very well and things that need to be improved. Yeah. In fact, I had a meeting yesterday with the Voxx team to give me an update as to what they liked and what they thought the CTA could improve. Because I think as we go forward, we're going to see a hybrid show, an in-person show, which is certainly the one that everybody wants to have.
Sure.
But the digital show will give CTA a chance to broaden the message.
And I think we were talking off the air to your point about how a lot of the keynotes were very well done because it was virtual. They had the ability to put in product shots and run videos and speak to the audience in many cases from various camera angles when it worked better and so forth, which was, I think, much better produced in the long run. So maybe that's another plus that we can look forward to and not miss so many keynotes and panels and things that you can't be everywhere at once.
That's the thing, is that you're able to go back in, and if you don't have the time, or if you're an exhibitor who never really gets to see much of the show,
True.
You can go back in and see a lot of the keynotes and things like that. And I think that one of the things I did hear was that during the GM presentation, which was very, very good, Mary Barr did a wonderful job. We heard that the GM stock price rose by 10% during that spot.
Wow. Well, yeah. That's good. And it shows, of course, what innovation can do and how it can make such a difference. And you talked about talking to your Voxx team. It's a large team, and even larger these days. How many companies are under the Voxx umbrella now?
There are a number of companies, but we're a public company, so we operate in 3 segments. And the 3 segments are automotive, which was the one that we started with, and then consumer electronics, and then our most recent segment is biometrics.
And there's certainly a lot going on with biometrics today and into tomorrow, if you will. So that's very clever, if you will, on your part and your team to be saying, yeah, we need to be a leader in that field as well. What's happening these days that has you really pumped about biometrics?
Well, when you look at it, it is no question that we will all be authenticated by our biometrics in the future. And when we looked at what biometric would be the one that is the most secure and the one that we think would really move into the masses, iris biometric is the most secure. And I'll give you just a snapshot. A fingerprint gives you 1 in 50,000 false positives. ID, 3D facial gives you 1 in maybe 1 million false positives. The iris authentication we use is a double live eye scan, and that gives you 1 in over 2.5 trillion false positives.
Wow.
So the only thing more secure from a biometric standpoint is your human DNA. So It's very, very secure and just as fast as all the other modalities.
And of course, we were very fortunate as part of our CES coverage to interview the CEO of EyeLock discussing exactly those issues. And it's truly fascinating where we're headed into tomorrow with that kind of technology. Now, along the lines of consumer electronics, which of course is our format for 26 years, what's new within this particular space that has you pumped as well?
Well, I think, obviously our Klipsch team within premium audio is doing very, very well. But what we announced recently was we formed a company called 11TC, a trading company, where we will now bring in and distribute Onkyo, Pioneer Home, Integra in North America and most of the South American countries. So that's something that is new, and we're really just getting into it now, but it has a bright promise.
Oh, for sure. And again, you mentioned Klipsch. Not only were they among the most popular, the Fives pair of giveaways during our recent summer giveaway, but there's so many cool things coming out of not only Klipsch, but the consumer electronic space in general. Of course, we're partial to audio since we're born on the radio and raised by technology, and one would expect that we certainly, are particular paying attention to more and more great audio products coming out and reminding people that, yeah, it's great to buy your new big screen TV, but that's only half of your home theater environment. Don't forget the audio, which is just as important.
No question. And what we have seen through, the experiences of COVID with everybody being locked in, they really improved their audio within their homes,
yes,
whether it's home theater or outdoor. So the industry did very well through the COVID situation. There's a pickup for audio. People realize that it makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you just add a sound bar for now to your TV viewing, it is an amazing difference. And we recommend those things all the time for folks. You acquired a few companies this year as part of the Voxx International Corporation, including Directed, which we've been involved with for many, many years, from Viper Smart Start and all their other cool products. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, we did two acquisitions this year. One was VSM Rastra, and the other was Directed Electronics, which was the most recent one. They have been our biggest competitor within the security and remote start space for 30 years, 40 years. Well,
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We are very, very happy to be able to acquire them. Very strong team, very strong engineering team, good marketing, and great distribution. So I think it's going to be, it certainly will strengthen our aftermarket automotive area. And we're looking forward to really getting up and seeing everybody as soon as COVID allows us to get out and see everyone.
Oh, for sure. Because in that sense, of course, 12-volt dealers, small businesses typically all around our great country are the lifeblood of those communities as well. And certainly of products such as yours and with Directed acquisition. Very important to, as you say, get out to these folks and let them know we've got new product. We're continuing to support the existing product. And there's so many exciting things happening in the 12-volt space, as I know you know, that it's neat to talk about. So we're anxious to continue to cover these new things as they come out too.
Yeah, again, it's a big plus for our automotive team, and I know that the customer base is happy with the fact that Voxx was able to continue to bring them the products that they've worked with and for so long.
Oh, for sure. I love on your website how you talk about investing in innovation for your customers. And that hits the nail on the head. It's exactly what Voxx has been doing for years and continues to do. And to talk about the importance of just innovation and not being stagnant, whether it's this consumer tech industry or any industry for that matter, but constantly innovating.
Well, you know our history. We started as a AM/FM radio company 60 years ago.
Yes,
and it's only through innovation that where we have been able to be a relevant company for the past 60 years. And it's innovate or die. Now we may not invent every new technology. We certainly don't. what we try and do is apply new technology to our products very, very quickly. And in many cases, that changes the entire product, and it opens up and expands your market. So we've chased innovation, we've chased new products, new disruptive technologies. We're not afraid of it. We embrace it and try and use it. And that's been very successful for us.
Well, absolutely it has been. And while you may not invent everything new, you certainly tend to make them better. And that's what counts, and that's the important part of innovation. So whether it's Voxx Automotive, Voxx Biometrics, Voxx Consumer, do check out Voxx International as VOXXINTL.com. And, of course, we'll get you there when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Pat Lavelle, President, CEO of Voxx, thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us. Always a pleasure. Let's not make it so long between visits, though, next time.
I promise, Dave. It's good to see you.
Great to see you as well. Again, Pat Lavelle, the president and CEO of Voxx International, VOXXINTL.com. You'll see what he and his team are up to on a very regular, innovative basis when you visit. And, of course, at intotomorrow.com, where you'll see the video of all of our guests as we continue covering virtual CES 2021. I'm Dave Graveline. Into Tomorrow continues right here on the Advanced Media Network.